Hey guys, how are you? So, it's Francis and I want to have you take a quick look at Metal and ANS. It is to my book that I'm talking, so be warned. I have holdings, both personally and on behalf of other. However, the case I want you to have a look at for both these cases, and shares and Metal, is the following. They're both in excellent HVF structure setups for breakouts to the upside. So we've had a period of sustained low volatility that is setting them up for a major upside move. So I see both potentially doing 80% minimum, possibly 2x plus, as part of an expansionary move break to the upside. Could be inaccurate, could have it totally wrong. There's always a chance it goes the other way, but I see these particular two doing exceptionally well, despite the fact that actually at the moment I'm quite bearish on the sort of short time frames, the major alts. I think Ripple's got a little dip in it. I think Dash is not really doing anything particularly exciting. I think Ethereum could have another dip, although they will be returning at some point. These two small cap coins are looking particularly interesting. Once again, as I say, I have a vested interest and I'm talking my book, and something you should always bear in mind is that these markets are illiquid, relatively illiquid on the smaller cap. So always take someone's personal interest into account, and I will always disclose if I have one. However, go look at the chart, understand and watch the interview with Marshall about what actually underlies Metal, a real business, a real merchant acquirer and transaction processor with crypto to the unbanked industries, the fringe industries that the banks have not supported, such as the legal cannabis industry and others, all of which legal, which have actually very cash generative profiles and can't deal with the security of dealing just in cash and having all of this notes that they have to watch around staff and everything else. It'll allow you to hold your income as a business in cryptos and fiat, so it's a merchant for all fiat and cryptocurrencies. How awesome is that? Plus Metal is actually a transaction network. Eventually people will be comfortable to hold this. I think the appreciation is looking really, really good, and I've met the folk and I like them. Go watch the interview again. I botched it slightly. There was a break in the video, possibly due to length. So there's a 6-minute segment that is part 2. So for some of you that commented that it ended a bit abruptly, there's a very useful 6 minutes where Marshall does a great breakdown just on ICOs generally as well, and what to avoid. In other words, for those of you that won't do it, quick recap: we don't like big cash ICOs. That looks like exit strategy, and people cashing out. It also looks like they don't have an existing business with income flows, and this is cash flow for establishing a business. We like established businesses with real business models, real customers already, not just white papers and concept documents. So this is a big difference between us. So, and low hype. I don't like the high hype and the marketing fizz and big 100 million ICOs. Be warned. Watch that part 2, but if you're not, those are a couple of quick flyby for you. Check your charts, ANS and shares and Metal. ANS very, very prominent. Our top man Jason King is very, very keen and sees the China role playing a massive part in that. Big narrative on that. If you haven't heard, go watch the Jason King podcast. Big shout out to Jason for the support and the feedback he's given on that. So he's been awesome and solid guy. He loves the detail and he digs in deep. So yes, got some good people around us. So good fundamentals and good technicals in a market where Bitcoin is now stabilized. It was a very violent, impulsive move for the better part of $1,000. So Bitcoin, I think, can actually ease, but in the long run, it's generally only going up out of this, with some of the clearing out of the uncertainties. So that's my quick take for you. Go have a look at your charts on ANS and Metal. Thanks very much. And we'll do some broadcasts from the US side as well, keeping you up to date with how we're seeing things. And yeah, crypto back on again after a very uncertain period, which was dangerous and a difficult period for me personally, and ended up waiting for real surety before I could feel confident in the direction of the market, because I was getting a bit whiplashed. And I think we're getting back to that point, but you've got to be a picker. It's not everything, and they aren't all ready to run yet. You've got to pick the key ones. So this is what they'd call the stock pickers realm. This is the crypto pickers realm. Choose the right crypto for the moment. And those two miners are very exciting. Speak to you soon.